So the training program for the 18-minute and 37-minute 5K, 10K and 5K runners out there. I know you guys have been waiting a while for this. I've been getting a lot of comments. I thank you guys for the awesome feedback and the amazing comments that I'll have to show in another video, but you guys are awesome, and this program is for you, 100% free right here on my YouTube channel. $500 for anyone else outside my YouTube channel. Okay. So you guys get the best of it. We're going to start this training program right here with the disclaimer. This training program imposes a high-risk level for athletes who are at the level of a sub 18-minute 5K and let's say sub 40-minute to 37-minute 10K respectively. 10K fitness does kind of vary, but we'll see where you're at. Attempt it at your own risk. You must be at this level of fitness to handle these workouts. Just like anything in life, if you get hurt, it's your own damn fault, and I won't be held responsible for your death. Thank you. Before week 1 of this program, you must be running, I'd say, around 80 to 90 miles a week. 100 would be better, but if 80, 90 miles a week suits you best, I think that's a great way to start. So from anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks, determining on your fitness, for runners beginning, you may expect up to a few years of running base mileage, right? Before you can attempt any real training program, I have set up this program for runners who have been running for a while, but still need to build up strength and an aerobic endurance, or an aerobic base, really. If you've had a long break or of a few months or longer, you may need, I say, about 10 weeks. If you're coming off of short breaks of a week or 4 to prepare the build-up, I would say I suggest at least 6 weeks of easy running at a decent amount of mileage. You must follow the program as best of your ability. This means running the desired paces related to your current fitness level: 40-minute 10K, 37-minute 10K, and about an 18-minute 5K. You must not go faster than your pace or your race pace for any of these events. So if I'm saying 100, the workout's 100% of your 10K pace, I don't want you going any faster. If it's 99% of your 10K pace, that means it's a workout that's slightly slower when you're hitting those times, like getting set. After my video on the 15-minute 5K and 31-minute 10K runner, I go more into detail about this. You can refer to that video too if you would like. So these training intensities are listed below. So we're going to start with the easy running. Read through this quick. I don't need to explain too much. 8 to 8:30 pace, good. Marathon pace. Feel free to pause the video. Threshold pace, progression runs, fartlek running, intervals, repetition runnings, sprints, hill sprints, bada bing, bada boom. Right. I also go into this in my other video, like when it comes to calculating 5K and 10K race pace for any athletes at different fitness level using mathematical formula. Let's go to that formula real quick. To calculate result, you get your end pace by going P, or percent of race pace, N equals RP times 2 minus P of 100% divided by 100%. So you see this formula works well if P is greater or less than 100%. For 100%, 10% of 5-minute mile pace or 10K pace for this training schedule, N equals 5 times 2 minus 110, that's 110% divided by 100, you get 4.5 minutes per mile, or for a 30-mile pace. So that's basically 100%, 110% of your 5K pace or 10K pace, right? And this is obviously geared more to a faster runner, but this is just the way this formula kind of works out. If you want to plug in equations, read through this quick. Don't want to get into it too fast. Let's go back to more philosophy. A good 10K runner needs at least 100 miles per week. If you want to be good, you got to run the mileage. You got to do the work. So with minimal speed training, but with more strength and aerobic training in the form of long tempo runs, hills, and trail runs every morning of around an hour and 30 minutes in time. For a 40-minute 10K runner, intervals become almost pointless. I won't say always pointless, but I feel like they're pretty pointless because they would be running at a pace a good runner goes for a 10-mile easy moderate run, in a sense. Basically what this is I'm saying is you got to build that strength so that 40-minute 10K, well, that pace feels like kind of like an easy run in a sense, you know. Basically building form and all these little things that I talk about is when you start to become a good runner, you can go for a 40-minute run and run about 10K, right? But so that's what we're basically building. We're building your base, we're building your strength so that pace actually feels easy without actually really having to do much speed work. So it's quite an interesting concept that I followed to heart for my whole entire running career for the most part. So you need, in a sense, you need more fartlek workouts alternating between, say, 7-minute pace, on and off. So this is geared, okay, so this paragraph is actually geared, the 6-minute pace, the 550 pace is geared more to that 31-minute 10K runner and that 5K run. I just haven't gotten a chance to actually change all the little things around here, but just read through the philosophy of this paragraph. So this is I'm sorry, this is about the paces that you need to be going. So 6-minute pace is really that 39-minute 10K pace, right? So strength runs progressing towards your 10K pace other than just doing intervals. So I also would suggest some uphill sprints, running hard, full recovery that will allow you to run fast. Would not allow you to run fast because of the hill, right? So I don't want you to run fast, but I want you to run strong, be efficient running up that hill and not actually turning on the speed. And then you may want some good 20-second strides at 5 flat pace, which is pretty fast for a 40-minute 10K runner or 18-minute 5K runner. But so you got to feel for faster running before you would attempt intervals. That's the point of these hills and some of these strides, is just kind of work your way into it. But I want you doing this for a long time. You know, if you're really starting 2 to 3 years from now, you know, it's going to really take you to really build into this kind of strength. All the strength will help you improve your running form so that you can jog like 7-minute pace, 7:30 pace, easy in the future. Right now, I want you running 8:30 pace. Just keeping it slow, maybe even a little slower, but make sure your easy runs are easy, guys. Can't stress that. In the end, it's not the speed why you can't run fast. It's weakness that affects your running form that won't allow you to run fast. Crazy as it is, it's, you know, it doesn't take much speed to run 7 or 6-minute miles, even 5-minute miles. It's your form, and you build better form by having more time on your feet, more strength, just more running, and your form gets better. Therefore, your pace naturally gets better without having to do any hard intervals or any really crazy running, right? So, and for all you guys know what junk miles is, junk miles doesn't mean anything if the strength that you get leaves you just about 100% injury free. I've been injured before. I'm basically injured right now, not from running a lot, but from falling. I got stepped on at the Penn Relays at 5K, tore into my Achilles. You know, I get injuries like that. I'm not talking about like that. I'm talking about like stress injuries, right? Shin splints, all that. Those are caused by a lot of weaknesses. Those are things I never get. The injuries I've been getting were basically falling, straining something from falling, and it's been a rough year for me, but we'll get into that later. So too much speed equals injury for most runners. That's why I do not like to do a lot of speed work, because there have been times in the past, and even a little bit this year, that I've overdone the speed, overdone like sprints and just strained muscles, and it's, you know, not my form of training. That's why I don't advise it to a lot of people. So, boom. Okay, so going into the first year of this program. Oh boy, this is a long video. The first year or so of the program, you build up mileage, 80 to 100 miles speed. It may take you long or short depending on your level of fitness, for Earth, blah blah blah. Read this paragraph and skip to here. My philosophy on, for the older and younger runners, training for the younger runners may be different than the older runners. Some things, such as the ability to adapt to training and new stress, is greatly evident in kids than as in adults. For this, we must change the training to adjust for both ages. For example, for adults, training may take a much slower approach. For this has taken many years to unlearn bad behaviors such as slouching, heel striking, even dietary habits, in the sense, eating, really bad food over the years. You gotta change these certain things, and that's hard to do in older runners who built these bad habits. Not to mention that a certain age recovery is a bit slower when you're older. Therefore, adaptation to specific stress takes longer. Young kids, on the other hand, almost always run with good form until they learn bad habits as they get older. Have you ever seen a little kid running around barefoot? They always land midfoot. It's crazy, but they learn bad habits, and now you gotta unlearn them when you're older. If they're young enough, we could coach them to success more easily, because that's one less step we have to take. Older runners also tend to have an ego, which is really annoying. That is hard to get rid of, like the kind that the one that puts limits on them. And some of these older guys, they always, for some reason, a lot of people, they believe in, the fact that, I could follow some other training schedule that's easier, and it's quick fixes, blah blah blah, and it's like, I could get into shape really fast. And then all of a sudden they just make the assumption that they can't run like at an elite level or really fast, because it's just their genetics or something like that. Not the fact that they're just doing quick fixes, high intensity, low volume stuff that just gets you into shape really quick, and the shape goes once you stop running. It's crazy. I noticed I could take a month off and not run and still be able to go for a 20-mile run a couple days after. It's crazy. I never lose fitness because I've done a lot of volume for so long, So anyway, this quick fix program always leads to injury, which sets runners back to the point where they give up, right? So kids, on the other hand, are more excited to jump, learn into new things. They will believe anything is possible, and will try any program. Yay. Adults, on the other hand, like to settle for the 40-mile-per-week schedule and think the only reason why they're not fast because they're genetics once again. Kids, it's kind of like, they don't know anything, so it's like whatever you tell them, they're kind of gonna go follow. I'm not telling kids to run 100 miles a week. They're probably gonna start with 10, 20, 30 miles a week, obviously, when you start from nothing. But I'm saying is kids will believe anything you tell them for the most part, and when you give them the right training program, they grow into successful adults. Adults, on the other hand, it's like you gotta teach them to unlearn that 40 miles per week ain't doing shit for you. So that's basically that. So just read through this paragraph. I don't know. A training schedule must be evolving as the athlete grows. That's another thing about this training schedule. This means as the runner gets faster, these types of stress on the system must change. At a lower level, all runners will benefit greatly from an increase in mileage without having to do much. That's why this program is generally on strength and not so much intervals and stuff. If not any speed work, this is why I said a schedule for a 40-minute 10K runner or a slower blah blah blah. Read through this paragraph. Just read through it. I gotta keep moving. I'm gonna have another video, a shorter video of just the slides, be quicker. Good running for them. Now let's get to the program. Quickly reading through the program. You guys gotta start off with 60 minutes of easy running before you even get into the actual workouts and stuff like that. 60 minutes of easy running, building up to that 90 miles a week, that base, and strides 2 to 4 times a week. Doing strides build up to running on hills, trails build up to running around 8:30 to 8-minute pace every day. So build up to that pace, build up to this mileage. It may take you a year, it may take you 6 months, it may take you a couple weeks. I don't know where you're at, but build up to that. All you gotta do is go running. That's about it. Some runs you'll want to start slow and progress faster and faster at the end. Some of these 60-minute runs can be hard at this point, so you could change this run into a workout, but it's just consistent running at a harder pace. But mostly should be easy around 8:30 pace. Hard runs build to low 7-minute pace. If you want, sign up for a race, run it hard, 10K or whatever, but do it sparingly, just to check your fitness. So we're starting here, first couple weeks, 60 minutes, 70 minutes, 60 minutes. Run as much as you can until you build up to this. Once you're comfortable enough running, you can start the real program, blah, blah, blah. Read that real quick. And then we start with week 1. It's a lot of strength stuff. Read through week 1, week 2, 80 miles a week. Throw in some fartlek running around week 4, a progression run in week 4. I like to start, it's still a lot of strength, but it's a lot of progression running and just getting you used to running. Next we got week 5. Get on a lot of hills and trails at this point, and just read through the paces, read through the pace. Next slide. Weeks 7, 8, and 9. So I put a little bit of my math formula. You see week 8, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. On Sunday I write some 10K pace, 70% of 10K pace, which is 30% slower. I did a little mathematic formula. You're running 750, 740 pace for that long run, and that's how I kind of do my math. Next week, week 10. Here's a quick workout. 5 by 3 minutes on at 6-minute pace, 2 minutes jog. Rest at 740 pace. The 6-minute pace is about your 10K pace. That's why I write 100% of your 10K pace, and the jog rest is 70% of your 10K pace. Right in week 10. Look at that. That's how I do my math. And we go to week 11 and 12. Read through this. Week 13. Yes. And after week 13, we got week 14 and 15. A lot of fartlek running, Still nothing specific, but it's just general fartlek runners. Then you get to phase 4 over here, week 16. That's more of a, preparation into faster running at this point. Get you more used to, just more the speed aspect. So I have 4 by 1K accelerating every 200 meters. It's kind of like simulating a kick a little bit at the end of a race, but not too much in this program because, once again, you're still really just working on fitness and not, anything crazy. And I also, week 18, I introduced you at some more stuff at your 10K pace and a couple of reps. So this is a workout, but, get you running that 10K pace more often, And you could go to week 20, and after that, repeat this program for the next year or two, or as long as you need until you're confident that you're going to be running in a 17-minute 5K or a 60-minute 5K, or a 34 minutes. And you work your way down from this training program, the 18-minute 5K or the 40-minute, 37-minute 10K fitness. You work your way down to that 31-minute 10K. By using the philosophy of this training program, which is the philosophy of building a lot of freaking strength. Conclusion, most of my training is volume-based, low intensity, high volume, to say that most of it is aerobic conditioning that comes from easy and moderate running at a fairly high mileage on trails, hills, almost every day. Read through this paragraph. We're ending the video now. I thank you. Feel free to obviously pause the video a bunch of times just to read through the slides. My next video is just going to be the slides, real quick, 2-minute video. This was a lot to talk through. I'm actually tired from talking right now, but I can't talk through everything. Leave a comment down below, and I could talk more in the comments. And so, thanks to you guys so much. And of course, never stop running. Always inspiring. Train hard. Train hard.